So you had me cut my vacation short to come meet you all. So how can I help you, gentlemen?
Ernestine, thank you for cutting your vacation short. I hope you had fun, clear skies, palm trees. I hope you enjoyed it. Was Jay with you?
Yes, Jay was with me.
He was.
Yes, absolutely.
Had a good time?
Had a great time until I was called in and abruptly interrupted by you two.
Did you eat a lot?
Did I eat a lot? Yes, I ate a lot. What does that have to do with anything, gentlemen? Why am I here?
So here's the thing. I'm going to get right to the point. You know what's been going on with Xavier Smith, right? How he's in critical condition, about to die. Well, we've received an anonymous tip that, Ernestine, you were involved in that hit and run. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
An anonymous tip? What? No, I had
right.
nothing to do with X's hit and run. I had nothing to do with... Listen, you guys have already brought my husband in for this. I had to bail my husband out of jail over this, and now you're looking at me as a suspect?
Ernestine,
An anonymous tip,
Ernestine,
please.
Your husband's out on bail, but the verdict's still out. We still conducting an investigation. We just trying to figure out where you were at that night. Where were you at the night of the accident?
I was home.
You was home.
I was home.
Did you go anywhere?
I did. I went and drove around the neighborhood looking for Jay.
Looking for Jay? What, Jay went for a run? What, you was following Jay? Why were you out moseying around the neighborhood in the middle of the night?
He left with his keys and he was driving drunk. Of course, any good wife would leave to go look for their husband.
Did you find him?
No, I did not find him. I drove around. I looked for him. I ran around my neighborhood, and then I came home.
You went straight home.
I came straight home.
Interesting. Here's the thing, Ernestine. We actually have surveillance footage that shows you in 10th Street. Shows you made a pit stop. That doesn't quite line up with the story that you're telling me.
10th Street. I stopped to get gas. I stopped to get gas that night.
Oh,
yeah.
You made a stop now. So we remember, we didn't just go straight home. You made a stop on 10th Street to get some gas.
I forgot my tank was on E that night, and I filled up, and then I came straight home. I didn't hear from Jay the rest of the night, and I went to bed.
So after you filled up, you didn't keep looking for him. You just went straight back home.
I went straight back home. Listen, gentlemen, I don't have anything to do with this. I have nothing to do. You guys didn't even do a proper investigation. You didn't even look at my husband's car. You can come check my car. Him and I both had nothing to do with X.
Ernestine, Xavier identified your husband at the scene of the crime.
Listen, I think that you guys should call in someone named Dr. Faith.
Dr. Faith.
Yes, because it definitely wasn't me.
Well, hold on, Ernestine, hold on. Dr. Faith.
Dr. Faith.
Where Dr. Faith play a role in this?
Dr. Faith is a friend of the family. She's a friend of the family, and I just found out that Dr. Faith was on her way to my house that same night. That same night, she was on her way to my house. That puts her at the scene of the crime. And listen, I know that X and her have had a run-in before in the past. I don't really know what was it about, but they've been connected before, and I think that you guys should question her because I just think it's really random that she was in my neighborhood that night. I'll give you guys her information. You guys should call her.